Okay, folks, right here you see two cameras. They're both from Canon. The 24mm RF lens that you see at the bottom of your screen is on the Canon EOS R10 APS-C camera. Excellent camera. That's the only APS-C that I decided to stay with. The R50 was too small, and the R7 I just didn't really like. So one above that is the new full frame Canon R8. And I picked that up from Best Buy, about $1,500 or $14.99 without a lens. I have all the lens that I need, so I don't need to buy an extra one. But anyway, I'm going to show off a couple of videos, and you tell me what you think of them. Okay, folks. First trial, I got the 24mm RF 2.8 on here. I got the car hood also on here, and it's recording at 4K 30. So let's see what happens. I'm going to turn on the air conditioning a little bit. And I'm going to go a different route. Okay, I got the Zedio tripod with their ball head. Okay. Up this way. Traffic every which way, just a lot of traffic. People standing. I think that's cute. So this is a 24mm, okay? I don't want to get it pointed too up in the air, but just enough to where you can get the sky and the road. And I got the stabilization off. All right, this is just the first test. I'm also testing for any overheating. It's 219 and the temperature is 99 degrees, which scares me. But this is the R8. I'll do much better in the studio, but I'm going to do some stills and stuff. Thinking of taking it to the zoo, but it might be tomorrow because I'm starving. So this is like a $1,500 camera. Okay, comes with a battery. I got no lens with it because I already had lenses. All right, and I do have a dummy battery for it, but I left that at the house. But what I'm thinking of is since I had the R6 Mark II already on the what is it, the full frame setup with the Studio 64, I got the A7C on the Mac Mini 2018, and I might put another one, this camera with it. I don't know, I just might put all the R10, the R6 Mark II and the R8 on the iMac 2017. That would be good also. So I have two full frame cameras. I don't want to go left on Oasis. I want to get on the highway. So this is a quick clip, and this is in A+ movie mode, which I thought was pretty good for Canon. Feeling the heat, it looks like it's all right. See, it already has 4 bars, folks. 4 bars. Okay? So I may have to put it in, I might put it in HDR. Okay? So I'm gonna end this video. See, it didn't even last 5 minutes in 4K 30. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what is wrong with the R8? Well, this is what's wrong with it. It overheats. So I'm gonna go into this parking lot. And I'm going into the shade. Okay, be right back. Okay, folks, so this is the first clip. I did it in 4K 30, and it only lasted for like 3.5 minutes. And that's ridiculous. But you got to remember, it's hot here in Texas, and it's 101 degrees. And the sun is directly over the car, so you're getting sunlight through the front windshield onto the camera. It's not in the shadow or anything. The only shadows you're going to see is if I go underneath a tree or a bridge or whatever. So there's always workarounds with the camera. Now, if the R8 was in the studio and not recording internally, it should last for quite a while. Okay? And that's what I basically want it for. Is basically just to take stills and then just for a backup for the studio. I would be using the R6 Mark II more often. The R10 is a great camera, great APS-C camera, but I'm going to leave that mainly in the studio too, and I have lenses for that also. So I was debating on, I could have gotten me another ZV E10 for about $1,000 less, but and it was used, but I decided not to because I have an extra dummy battery which will go in the R8, one for the R10, one for the R6 Mark II, and then I can use the other one externally for the car, so I can move the camera back and forth. Or if I decide to get another Canon like the R5 Mark II, that's what I'll probably do. But I'll have a dummy battery for that. It's very easy to detach batteries to the camera, dummy batteries, and you just plug it into the car. Simple, no hassle. You don't have to worry about recharging the battery or anything like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And let's show this second video coming up right now. Okay, folks. So, the Canon R8. I let it cool down for about 5 minutes. Oh, shoot. Dadgummit. Got to be right back. Okay, my rear trunk is opening up. So, I put it in 1080 HDR mode, and we're going to see how long it lasts. See if it overheats or whatever. I got the Zedio tripod on here, no stabilization. I also changed out the lens from 24mm to the 28mm f2.8. And I think the 24mm was 1.8. Okay, I can't remember. But anyway, it's looking good. Traffic. See, this guy right here, the Camry, is going pretty fast. So it's nice and cool in here. It looks fairly straight on the camera, but I've gotten that wrong before too. So what I like about the 28mm and the rubber hood is because it can protect it from banging against the glass. 24mm had, I left the hood on there, but still, I like to protect the end of the lens. And this guy has his gas thing open. So I'm using the external power bank to keep this battery going. I don't think, I'm wondering if having the view, or I'm sorry, the LCD screen on bright might be making it warmer. I don't know. But it's cloudy right now. It's still 1 bar. Most of the time, when I put it in 1080p, the bar goes down. Everybody's telling me that the 6K oversample is only to 4K, not 1080p. But you know me, I'm going to test it out. Try different settings. So it's still on. Now I just went up. No, it's going on 1 and 2, back and forth. So we'll see if it keeps continuing up. So this is only 1080p 30. This is in kind of like the Canon RP body. And they said that this was a little bit bigger than the RP. I don't know. See what happens. I don't really like shooting in the middle of the day because of overheat. That's on any camera, especially when it gets to 100 degrees or over. It's nice and comfortable in the cabin, but you know, there's no shade over the camera on the dash. I tried once before a tripod inside the car, but it was just shaking too much. So I'm trying this small tabletop tripod. See how it works out. It's looking good so far. Of course, I love the 28mm. It's at 3 bars right now. Okay, so I muted it a little bit just to let you know that if I put it at 1080p 60, it would not go into HDR. It's either 4K 24 or 4K 30. And didn't put in LUT, didn't put in the 10-bit or whatever. I'm just straight out of the camera. I had it in 2 settings. I had it in program setting, and I had it in A+ movie mode. which this is in now. But it's in HDR mode, not PQ, but it's HDR movie mode, that is. And 1080p 30. So I think it's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, it's not in 4K. And I'm recording this video in 1080p 60. Okay. I've done this before where I downsampled 4K 30 to 1080p 60 and everything was fine. And the last 6 videos of driving downtown in old San Antonio, you really couldn't tell the difference. Some say, oh, I can see the difference. It's more noise and stuff like that. And I says, well, I can't see the difference. So anyway, let's get back to the dialogue. And I think it's kind of stabilizing right now on the temperature. Trying to straighten it a little bit. Now you get the little hood. That's okay. At least it's more straight. So you can see probably the hood go up and down. I got the stabilization off. So in some cameras it hurts the video because you get some strange stuff going on. So I always start with the stabilization off, hoping that the car will be just good enough . Charge that battery when I get home, new one. That's why I have a power bank and also a dummy battery, but unfortunately I left both of those at home. I just brought the dummy battery for the R6 Mark II. I got the ZFC, the R10, R8, and the R6 Mark II. I got the ZV1 Mark II. I got the RX100 Mark V. And I got the Sony ZV-E10 and the A7C. I had a lot of cameras in their camera packs. I went to look at some bags, but I don't want to pay more than $100. Yeah, a truck is flashing his car. Get out of my way. So it's staying there. It's still 5 bars. Formatted the card. It's still recording. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you something real quick. Okay, folks, just want to show you. See this little thing right here? It's a USB small fan. You just charge it up. And I was using this, as you'll see in the video, to keep the camera cool. There's 3 settings, and I turn it off. It's pretty good. If I do this, just think of me in the Titanic. So this is low speed, higher speed. Yeah, you can see a little hair moving, okay? What I have left, that is. But anyway, when you see in the video, when I started again, that's what I was using to keep the camera cool. And the bars were going down, they were fluctuating a little bit, depending on how I was holding it. So I thought I'd do a little show and tell there before the clip came up. I'm kind of anxious to put this on the probably the iMac. So if I have the R6 Mark II and the iMac and the R10, that'd be nice. So I can put like the R8 maybe if I'm sitting down in the lounge chairs in the bedroom. I just might have that with the R10. I haven't decided yet. I like the wide field of view, so I can either put the 24mm or the 16mm, so that way when the dog or cat get on top of the bed, you can see them, and probably see me too, but usually I have to get out of the way. Now I do have a boom arm, and I was contemplating an idea of mounting the camera on that microphone boom arm, and that way if I'm sitting on the lounge chair, I can move the camera to the position of whatever chair I'm sitting in. Instead of having it on a tripod, it'll be off the floor. I love neatness. I like no wires on the floor. How's the picture quality? 4K 30. You see any stuttering? This is a little whitewashed. You know, I did not look at the settings for color grading. I'll do that inside the studio. Just trying to see if it can last for a while. And what I can do is, if one camera fails, well, I got two others to back up. You know, if it overheats or, you know. So I'm looking at the camera. R6, the original R6, it just gave me a flash, a warning, and then it turned off. The R6 Mark II and all the newer cameras, they give you these bars. And I'm hoping to make it all the way home. So I found a good external power delivery unit, but I also have 110 outlet in the car. I can use a dummy bar or a battery. I also have a USB thing for the dummy battery, but I can't remember if it's for the Sony or if it's for the Canon. So that's something to look at. So scheming of this, they put the R8 above the R7. Of course, the R8 came after the R7, but a lot of people are claiming, and I says, well, it's full frame, it should be lower. And they won't go with the RP or the R. I did look at those cameras too, but I said, you know what, I want a newer full frame camera. Kind of like the backup to the R6 too. That's doing okay. So what I'm also looking at, and you know what, I got a fan here. Think of that. So I got this nice USB fan going in the back of the Canon. Let's see if it lowers the temperature. I think it's on either 7 or 8 bars. Looks like 8 bars. Well, I'm blowing in the back of the camera. I'm trying to see if it goes down. People in the car says, wait a minute, you're supposed to use the fan on yourself, not on the camera. If I had my like it's working because 1 bar went down, so now it's at 7. And that's something. Try something else out. Now that's too loud, but just trying it. See what happens. Just trying to see if it lowers the temperature. Yeah, it went back up. Now I have it soft. See, it's going up and down on the battery. I mean, on the temperature. So it just went down again. Okay, I'm out of the sun, and it went down. So see, it's going back and forth, back and forth. I love it. So anyway, I'm going to put in park. Close the garage door. Try something. Turn on the light. Yeah, it's at 6 now, just with this fan. And that's something, but it's out of the sun though. And it's still 101 degrees, even inside the garage. So anyway, I'm going to turn this thing off. Find the switch. There we go. And just want to say, if you like this type of content, please give me a like, subscribe. It's been about close to 20 minutes. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know down in the comment section. Thank you for watching. And remember, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, goodbye. All right, so there you have the videos of the R8 in 4K and 1080p 30 in HDR mode. A+ movie mode, and let's go to the Z30. Right here. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to move the microphone here. Okay, so R10 has a flash. They're both about the same height. If you notice, I think the R10 is more depth to it. This is just I say a hair. It might be the same height. The only difference is it's just more stock here on the R10. I can feel the lens, but on here you can't feel the lens. It's not like what you feel on a Sony. Okay. So if we look at the R8, So they have a microphone, they have a headphone jack. Now this is for your velometer or flash or whatever. Flash sync. This right here is your microphone right there, and then your headphone. Here is your HDMI micro and your USB charging, which I had in an external power bank, which is working real great for the Canon. So you can either use the USB-C or the USB, USB-A to USB-C or USB-C to USB-C. And it's 100 watt power delivery. It works great with the Canon. I've used it many times on other cameras, so it's excellent. And a lot of people in the studio, they remove the doors, but me, I like to keep it on. They have a cover with the shoe. I remember last time it was hard to get off. There we go. And you can put in the new microphones and stuff, attachments to the Canon. So this is a newer update. This is your camera video switch, your dials. So you have, only C1, C2. All right. Most of them have 3 different ones, plus everything on here, like the bulb, manual, aperture, shutter speed, program, A+, A+ movie mode. So that's automatic, automatic plus. Scenes, what is that? Bracketing, I think. And when you're C1, C2. Your record, your manual function, your front wheel dial, the shutter button. This right here is your back dial. But you also have other settings for the info, play, trash, star, autofocus on, and then of course the tilt screen, like that. I'm using the new Zydio tripod with the ball head, very stable, and I have the 28mm on there. There's no button here like on the other full frame cameras. The only button is to remove the lens. And last but not least, the SD card with the battery. And it's the small battery that goes with it, like the R10, R50, R8, RP, whatever. It's not as big as the R6 Mark II. The only other thing, nothing opens up here, okay? So everything is down here on the battery grip. Very light, not that heavy, and it's very good on the autofocus. I didn't see any focus breathing or anything like that. But that's the camera, and I already did an unboxing, but I got the battery that came in with it is charging. So you get your credentials, information, the battery charger and the battery are charging. 128 gigabyte SD card, UHS 2, V90. There's the R8 strap, camera strap, and then of course the R8 came right in here. I think what usually comes in here is a lens, but I didn't get the lens because I already had all the lenses. And I forgot about tags, so I had to do that too. But anyway, there's the R8. I like that. So This is the R6 Mark II. And no matter what, if you sit down or it's always a different position. It always changes. So I hope you like this kind of. I did film an unboxing with my ZV-1 Mark II, which I'll put up on the next video. It's a quick one, but I think I'll put some pics with that video, you know, of the unboxing. So this is kind of like an after unboxing with the videos I've shot with. I used the battery and the power delivery external power bank. Battery did not go down at all. So it worked excellently and no problems. But anyhow, thank you for watching. Any questions or comments, please put them down below. Please give me a like, subscribe. I just want to tell you that stay safe, keep smiling, and until next time, I'll see you then. Goodbye.